My name is Swaroop, as I've been introduced, and in today's webinar, what we are going to do, and I quickly will help you know about SAP as a company and set the context on what we have delivered in the chemical and pharmaceutical industry. Also, we'll touch upon on our new business suite S4 HANA. I'm sure many of you have heard or have seen or have already known about it. We'll quickly touch upon how it is going to be your digital core, making you a perfect enterprise ready for the future. To start with, we started in 1972, and around the world we are now operating in more than 130 countries, around 260,000 customers in over 188 countries that run our software. It was 12 million users in these countries which has integrated their business processes with us. We have extended their competitive capabilities and get a better return on investment at a lower cost of ownership. And we deliver our solutions primarily through our unique partner ecosystem, be it the licenses and services we deliver it through our ecosystem. Today, so on and so forth, we are known to be the global leader in the business software solution. We have created enormous value with our users, 12 million plus users around the world, and we have more than 16,000 partner ecosystem who are our trusted advisor as on date, who are working day and night with the customers. Now, coming back to the capabilities of SAP solution, we have currently 57 country versions to meet every local business and statutory requirements. We take care of the local taxation reporting, accounting and financial ledgers, asset accounting, local time zone functionality, time format, date formats, etc. And everything can be run on a single instance. In case your business is running in multiple locations, you can manage your whole business just by one single instance of SAP software. Currently, we are providing our software with more than almost 37 languages, and we are supporting more than 175 currencies, which including the euro. And we have close to 53 support centers providing 24/7 support. We follow the Sun support model. Coming back to the industry expertise, I think SAP is well known for two things. One is nobody can integrate like us, and second, we talk industries. At some point of time, we claim the Hall of Fame that we know industry better than the industry themselves. The slide depicts the kind of market share we dominate. And to be precise, if I talk about life science and process manufacturing industries, we are close to 80% of the market share that we are delivering for the last 35, 40 years. About in discrete manufacturing, you can see the percentage is much higher, is almost 83% with energy and natural gases, financial services. But coming back to the process industry, which is typically our chemical and pharma, we are predominant and the most dominant player in the world, providing our solutions end to end. A historical picture, how we have evolved and how SAP as a company has evolved, in particular to the chemical industry. Interestingly, in 1970, the first customer that we got in is from chemical industry, and the first customer is ICI. Now, that is where we started our journey. We kept on changing our solutions. We kept on releasing newer and newer versions. You might be aware that when we started with R1, then we moved to R2, then it was R3 days. Then we started talking about the business processes. Then when we talked about a solution called as mysap.com, and then we eventually it landed up to become with the NetWeaver adoption, we actually become an ECC, and now today we are talking about S4 HANA. So now, if you look at the historical evidences, in 1980 we have been almost at the leadership position in the ERP for business softwares, and we become the leading vendor in the chemical industry. 1990, when we launched MySAP Chemical Solutions and Best Practices for Chemical Companies, and today we have more than 4,000 customers. We are providing solution to chemical, our chemical solution includes things like transportation management, emission control and management, recipe management, and sample management. Now, This is how we have evoluted over the last 35, 40 years, and today we are probably at the most dominant position providing solution to the chemical and pharmaceutical industry. Let's quickly understand what kind of tangible benefit. It is not make sense if I say that we have 85% of the large chemical companies runs SAP software, but I wanted to show you quickly that what kind of tangible benefit these organizations are actually having. From a revenue perspective, you see we have close to an improvement rate of 10 to 15% on the time to market. On improved order fill rates, we are almost 5 to 10% improvement, we can show it, and with improved forecasting accuracy, close to 40 or 10 to 40%, depending on how it is deployed. Again, on the side of the operating cost, reduced general sales and administrative expenses, reduced quality cost, avoid expediting or reduced logistical cost. So all has a parameter. This improvement parameter is coming from our benchmarking, from our value engineering team, and this is standard worldwide. Working capital, again, with our solutions, you can have a much reduced inventory level. It can go up to 15%, reduced accounts receivable, and shortened order to invoice cycle. Now, the benchmark which we are seeing on the right side of the screen is a global standard. Typically for companies, we have experienced that this can be much, much higher than what we actually expect. Right now, if you look at the kind of customers that we are serving, almost top 10 global companies runs SAP, and 85% of the large chemical companies worldwide are on SAP software. Makes sense to give you a little glance on what we have done for India and our Indian customers. With a magical focus for the subcontinent, we have our second largest labs sitting out in Bangalore. We have the global delivery centers, and we have the entire support team sitting out of India. Not only that, if you look at the kind of customers that we are serving in India, it's huge. It is still growing. To name a few, from Tata Chemicals to maybe a Supreme Petrochem, Shalimar Paints, Asian Paints, Grazim Industries, Neil Kamal, Gujarat Narmada Valley Fertilizers. Just the name is, I can't actually put all the names in one slide. So I just wanted to show you that these are the customers in India who have successfully deployed and successfully running on our software. The list is growing and growing. In terms of our life sciences, you will see that almost 10 out of 10 top branded pharmaceutical companies, they run on SAP. Even if you talk about the generic pharmaceuticals, 10 out of 10 companies in generic pharmaceuticals, they also run in SAP. For example, Milan or Forest Lab, Watson, Pigo, Dr. Reddy's, Stada. So these all are the generic pharmaceutical companies around the world, and the top 10, they are top 10, and they all are on SAP solution. In top biopharmaceutical, you will see, for example, customers like UCB or Biogen or Genzyme. They're typically biopharmaceuticals. 10 out of 8 out of 10 companies are running on SAP. And on medical devices, if you see Johnson & Johnson, Siemens Healthcare, GE, Medtronic, maybe Philips Healthcare, Abbott Laboratories, 9 out of 10 medical devices companies today are running on SAP. So this is just to give you a little glance at what SAP has delivered to the entire industry in chemical and pharmaceutical. Some life science customers in India for quick big names like Ranbaxy, Dr. Reddy's, Wookard. We have Orchid Chemicals, we have Apex, we have MSN, and we have I think we are going to have at least 10 more customers in the next 2 quarters. I'm aware of which the customers we are talking about. Interestingly, we also drive innovation with our vibrant ecosystem of our chemical bodies. It is not that we come and we deliver a solution and we say this is the best practices that every customer need to adopt to. If you look at, we very closely, we work with industry value network members like Smart Ops, we work with Invensys, we work with IBM, we work with Tata and Atos to provide to build the best practice around our solutions. We are a part of the communities as well. For example, business process expert community, We maintain the industry standards by Open Applications Group, and we have a key customer council for chemicals. For example, you might have heard of say Bayer or maybe Braskem. So they are the chemical councils. We work very closely so that we wanted to ensure that the best practices that the councils are implementing or they are suggesting, they need to be included in the solution right on time. Business process expert community again is a roundtable for batch manufacturing with SAP, MII typically, so we work with multiple communities to bring on the innovation every day and give our customers the best of the breed, solution landscape that they want. Similarly, on the life sciences, we have another executive council. We call it the LSEC. I think most of you are aware of. This is actually a forum for the active participation and engagement of life science and SAP executives in order to discuss and candidly share, the key strategic direction and best practices within the industry. And through external inputs to provide guidance to SAP's life science all statutory bodies are typically taken care of here. Coming back to the solution, it's a loaded slide. I'm sure my next speaker is going to take you around on the solution side, the processes, and also we'll be talking about the innovations around our new solutions. This is one slide which actually talks about the entire solution map which is available for an industry like yours. If you look at the top bar, we talk about from collaborative research and development to a complex supply chain which has a lot of volatility and compliant manufacturing and sales and marketing. So these are the business areas where we have solution. These all blue boxes are nothing but SAP solution on those areas. And if you look at the, if you focus on the bottom layer, you will see this is nothing but we have solutions from people to talent to finance to procurement to IT management, and we provide technology solutions. For example, we run across the analytics. We provide you complete data management, data governance, application development, and if you're running some other solutions according to your industry standards, we provide the full integration. Anything today you are talking about an application, it's completely consumed in the mobility. You can consume your solution in any device that you are thinking from day one, and we are trying to give excellent consumer experience by our newly designed user interface. It is no longer the gray screens. It's very fancy. You can run in your tablet, you can run it in your iPhone, or you can run it in any of your smartphone. So I'm sure the next speaker is definitely going to take you a little deeper on the solution side and showcase the innovations what we are making and we are delivering to our customers. Coming back to the S4 HANA, I think most of you have heard of what is it is a new product, or it is something new that everybody need to happen. Quickly to give you the story, this is our new business, suite. It's a next generation business suite. It means the ECC, the former ECC, is completely recoded from the grassroots level to really, help our customers adopt the digital strategy. Everybody, if you look at any McKinsey report or Harvard, everybody is talking about, consulting companies talking about embracing, organizations to go digital. But what does digital mean to us? Digital comes with a lot of complications, and we have to ensure that you have you have a landscape from where you can manage most of your thing, remaining your core as simple as possible. What does it deliver? It is completely a new simple user experience that we deliver. It is completely role-based now. We are no longer talking about a functional based. It is available in all device, digitally connected, simple business solutions, always digitally connected. You are actually on the real time, and then you are onto the simple data model. It means we have removed all the indices, all the aggregates, without any redundancy. You straightway can look into the data. For example, the moment you are doing a transaction, the next moment actually it is available for a reporting. You really don't have to reconcile the data to just get the view what exactly has happened. S4HANA is available for all enterprises, for all industries, all roles, all data, all region, all deployment, and all kind of extensions. So it is completely, a revolutionized product. and we are completely ready to go and make customers our business looks completely future ready. In India, we are right now, the yesterday's statistics, yesterday we have close to 160 customers already have gone live, and maybe another 70 to 80 we are expecting in the next 2 quarters to go live with this, with our new solution. Wow, just to give you a quick view, this is SAP's new screen. If you remember the early gray screens of SAP, and this is our new user experience. So this is going to be our new graphical user interface, which is typically on HTML. We call it the SAP Fiori app. So it has a more jazzy as you can think of. This is the new screen that we are delivering. We are able to deliver that. With S4HANA, what we are trying to give our customers to reimagine their entire business model, because outcome is based on the model, and in the shared economy where we are talking about digital channel, digitization of the product and services is very, very important. We have reimagine, we help companies reimagine their business processes in a real time, maybe more predictive, and kind of a self-learning processes, and we are helping organizations to reimagine the work that they are doing, real-time collaborations, people-machine collaboration, and also bringing on the cognitive world with artificial intelligence together embedded in the solution. Now, S4HANA being at the core, it is going to be our ERP. It is going to be our next generation ERP. So how this does help? So as and when you grow, this remains. For example, you are adopting the big data, or you are adopting the devices, or you are going for any kind of social media. You are talking to other business networks. As we all know that we are now currently running 4.0 industry, which is nothing but the business will be, the entire economy of the world will be dominated by business networks. So we are ready, we are completely geared up to give you a solution which will make you completely future perfect, future ready. So if you look at the core of the S4HANA as a design, it can go and connect with the services design, sales, production, and sourcing. For example, you are connecting with the workforce management. That's the first thing, because your customers, your employees are the most important thing. So it gives you the complete mobility, collaboration, and contingent labor. It gives you a connection with the customers, which is providing by omni-channel engagement, sales and services, and also leveraging the power of IoT based engagement we are talking about, the entire world is talking about. With the digital core, you can also collaborate with your suppliers and partners in a much collaborative way, because the supply network, the network procurement, and the solution provided for the network is all can seamlessly work with your next generation business suite. And finally, it is going to help you with to make those kind of intelligent products which have the solution business and the digital content already embedded on it. I will not take more time to take you deeper on that. Maybe I'm sure the next speaker is going to talk about the innovations in a larger way, what we have done with S4HANA for specifically for chemical and process manufacturing industries like chemical and pharmaceutical. With this, I would like to say all of you thank you very much for your attention and to remain patient with us. And thank you once again to be a part of this Discover session.
Thank you. Thanks for a wonderful introduction of SAP and SAP products. I'm Uday Shankar. I head India from a process industry perspective, and also I manage global life science practices. And good afternoon to you all, and thank you for joining this WebEx. Yes Technology, we are, I don't know how many of you heard about Yes Technology. We've been in the market in India from past 15 years. This company started in 1996. We're almost about 20 years old company now. We have 4,000 employees, and most of them are based out of India. We have 27 offices worldwide in 5 continents, and we service mid to large customers both in India and global markets. So if you look at in terms of if you see the IT companies, what generally people have talked about, tier 1, tier 2, or tier 3, those companies, we generally fall into the tier 2 companies, but the vision to get into tier 1 and flexible to operate in a tier 3 level of organization. That's the beauty of this company. In terms of presence, We have offices around the world. If you look at from an India perspective, we have various support and development centers across India, from north, south, east, and to the west of various operations. We have it. As I told you, we're about 3,000 plus people based out of India, and most of them are focused on SAP area. SAP contributes almost about 70 to 80% of our company's overall revenue. In terms of offerings, yes, technologies, we have a lot of vertical solutions which were developed it. Today I will be touching upon the only two things. One is the life science and the chemical. Even though we have a lot of solutions developed on the manufacturing activities, general manufacturing, wholesale, consumer products. And in terms of technology, if you see the right side of the bar, SAP Analytics is the two things which we're talking today, even though the cloud and other things. Apart from offering solutions on the packaged solutions on SAP, we are also very strong in infrastructure management services. That's another line of business. We are growing very fast. We have more than 30 companies worldwide. We managing their complete data centers. We have managed their the complete infrastructure management and the remote support services and many things we do about it. So this is the broad offerings of ES technology. If you look at from a SAP perspective, even though we are in about 20 years, but past 15 years, we are very aggressive in the market. We have done about 250 projects. Out of that, 100 end-to-end implementation. That's the good record we have it, and we have done many rollouts and AMS projects. Beauty of ES technology is that we have a global delivery model, which is near shore, onshore, and also offshore model services here. And we are the flat organization. We don't have too many hierarchies. The difficulties like most of the tier 1 companies have that. And we have a size and depth in terms of the domain knowledge in the various businesses we operate on that. And interestingly, Gartner has rated one of the top 20 companies to work with. That's the beauty about ES technology, and we are one of the fastest growing company. We are growing at the rate of about 25% on average year on year. In terms of S4 HANA capabilities, I have few slides on the S4 HANA capabilities. Subsequently, I'll be talking on the life science and chemical practices, what we do. In terms of S4 HANA capabilities, we have built, we know that S4 HANA is going to come into the market almost about 2 years back. So we invested good amount of time in terms of acquiring the knowledge from SAP. So we have a dedicated SAP team who are specialized in the HANA related areas. And we are working with a number of companies in India. We're doing the transformation projects, moving them from the ECC platform to S4 HANA platform, are people who are into ECC various database, moving them to a HANA database that they call the SOH suite on HANA database. So a lot of work is going on that. And with the knowledge of domain, especially in the chemical and life science areas, and with our HANA development team and analytics team, we're able to work out a lot of new things, exciting reports and dashboards and other things. We have done that. So we are engaging with a number of life science customers and also in the chemical customers. In terms of if any companies are looking for the HANA migration from end-to-end implementation, we are ready. We are doing the work on that. Or if you're moving only in the working on migration from a BW perspective and you want to work HANA on the BW, we are working on that. Or SAP S4 on HANA, which is a simple finance, which is recently released, and we are already into that. So across what SAP is offering is the HANA in India market, we are there and we are delivering those services. Coming to some engagements in HANA in Indian market, I'm not taking much of the global the slides over here. We are doing work, we have done a work with the tire manufacturing, one of the top 5 tire manufacturers in India. We have done suite on HANA migration, analytics on HANA. Food and beverages companies, again the similar thing, HANA migration, analytics, and Fiori application. Pharmaceutical company, we are right now working with the second pharmaceutical company. They are supposed to be the top 3 pharmaceutical company in India. We are doing a lot of migration work from the BW and HANA, and also on the near time services providing on the HANA. That's the working we're doing that. So some of the work in the manufacturing, utilities, and financial areas. So these are some of the HANA engagements. I'll show you some of the dashboards which is work on HANA for some of the customers. This gives you the real-time dashboards a company gets it. All of you might have been experienced seeing the various dashboards coming from the BI, and probably you might have seen the dashboards coming from the various tools. But on HANA, you get these dashboards in the real time. That's the beauty about HANA. To get this report, we don't take more than 4 or 5 minutes max. I would say that compared to other ABAP related reports, and converting into a graphical form, it takes many hours. I would say that to that. So this gives you a executive dashboard in terms of enterprise annual operating plans, in terms of the target versus how much they've been achieved. This is what most of the CIOs and CFOs they look forward to. That's the one set of the dashboards. You can see that. Again, in the financial metrics, especially from the CFO perspective, return on investments, when he looks at it at the various months, how the return on investments for him is going on, and from the return on investment, how do you get back to the base cost in terms of cash and balance, receivables, payables, assets and liabilities, and many more things which comes from the HANA information into the dashboarding. Some of this report comes from the, I'll go back to the previous slide, some of the reports comes automatically if you go for S4 HANA finance module. Again, this is one more HANA related report in terms of raw material stock versus planned and PO releases and big stocks. Just graphical representation. If you see down average average purchasing cycle time 23 days for 12 days, then this is what it tells you as and when you do the purchasing process, how long it will take that purchasing process is happening over there. It's sort of an executive board for a person who's heading the material department saying that, look, it's taking 23 days on average, then is there any way I can cut it down? Is the process is too long, or the approval process is too long? This gives an indication that each process, how long it is taking. So that gives you a measurement quickly on a regular basis to you. This is another KPI dashboard. I would say that it's helps an organization. This gives you a quick look on the HANA activities, what we are doing that. If there is any HANA related things, you are welcome to contact us. We will be more than happy to assist you. Coming to SAP Life Science and Chemical Expertise. We are done in India, if you look at it broadly, almost about 25 companies we have done SAP end-to-end implementation in the life science industry. Apart from this 25 out of 35, 25 industries we have done that. In addition to that, we have done rollouts, upgrades, support services, and the computer system validation engagements. So we have done with a lot of medium to large organization. We are today engaging with in India almost about 6 to 7 companies, either in SAP implementation or in the BI related area and various other related activities. So what we also done that our experience of working with the SAP and the best practices pharma, plus our own experience of working with 35 pharmaceutical companies in terms of implementation, rollout, and other related areas, we have packaged a solution called the Pharma One, which I will deal upon that in little later stages of that. So we have built a lot of reusable components, and we have built a lot of standard best business practices into our things. We also developed a lot of the reports which is required for the pharmaceutical industries, especially the mandatory reports to be submitted and other things. So a lot of work we have done in the life science vertical. In the life science vertical, our experience is working with the pharmaceutical industry, which is drug discovery and development companies. It's predominantly we have done work in the US market, then in the API area. A lot of work is done in India for the API manufacturing, contract research, and bulk active manufacturing companies. Finished dosages, we have done extensive work for into contract manufacturing, loan licensing, or making the products of their own brand and distributing in the market. And very few companies in India who are into distribution activity, but in Middle East and also in USA, there are a lot of companies. They are experts in distribution of pharmaceutical products, including companies in America. Those companies are sized anywhere between $80 billion to $400 billion, just pharmaceutical distribution companies. We have worked with those companies, and that's the knowledge we have it here. Medical devices, we have done a lot of implementation to medical devices manufacturers both in India and also in the uh, Europe and American markets. Medical equipment manufacturers, people who manufacture CTs, MRIs, and nuclear resonance imaging things and scientific analytics. Medical services, we have done work with some of the managed healthcare service providers, especially in America. That's the prevalent over there. And also we are working with some of the hospitals. We do have a hospital management solutions, which is we are using it in extensively in the Middle East market and also in the Egypt. That's the another solution. We have that end-to-end solution in the hospital management and the patient management one, and diagnostic labs. There are quite a lot of diagnostic labs. They do an independent the services, detection, imaging, and informatics related activities. We have done SAP engagements in these companies. This gives you the broad about it. Value chain from a customer's perspective in this life science value chain of yes technology. If you look at it, the companies in the drug discovery and the animal testing and human testing area, companies like Charles Rivers and Sigma Aldrich, then people who are into converting the R&D activities or the drugs which was developed in the labs into a kilo scale manufacturing activities. Then we have worked with a company called Herbert Brown. From there, making the APIs and the formulations, we worked with almost about 20 companies across, which some of them are the global big brand names. So complete value chain we have worked and we have an experience in that area. These are some of the customer snapshots. These are the global customers, except the number 2, which is Shanta Biotech, again a Sanofi Aventis company, and we've been working with them for some more new development activities now in the Sanofi market. We have a customer whose revenues varying from say $37 billion to in US market, and I would say large markets, $1.3 billion. We have worked with the various companies who are into the medical equipment and API manufacturing, formulation manufacturing activities, medical devices, and the healthcare service providers. Those are the list of customers where we engaged. Our engagement with these companies dating back to 7, 8 years or 9 years, I would say that, and some engagements are about a year or two to go through. From an Indian perspective, we have worked with some of, this is the few names out of the 25 companies we worked with. We have done the work with the companies who are into the vaccines and the serum development, and the contraceptive manufacturer companies, API manufacturing companies, formulation companies, and people in the biotechnology related areas, and various types of industries in India. So we have done extensive end-to-end SAP implementation. We are providing the application management support, infrastructure management support, and the computer system validation services. So these are the few customers in India, the engagements. From a chemical perspective, that gives you a snapshot of life science. Chemical perspective, predominantly if you look at it in chemical and agrochemical industries, this slide, if you look at it, and we have done about 15 end-to-end implementation, 15 rollouts, upgrades, and other things. Like pharmaceutical industry, chemical industries, our global experience, and also with the help of SAP's best practice in chemical industries, we have pre-configured a solution in SAP ECC, and which we call it as a Chem1, which is being certified by SAP, and Chem1 solution on HANA. So the rapid deployment solution, in about 14 weeks, you'll have a solution deployed to your organization. You are able to see the standard business processes going active and people start using it. So we have a dedicated center of excellence in the chemical space, and quite a large number of teams sitting in India who are building the solution again and again. In addition to that, currently we are working with a number of companies in India, almost about 5-6 companies in the deployment and various technology initiatives. So those are the knowledge we are building into this solution regularly. In terms of work, what we've done in the chemical space, you can see the logos to the right side of it. Some are the global logos, some of them are the Indian logos. So we have worked with specialty chemicals, agrochemicals, petrochemical industries, paints and dyes and polymers. So across all the chemical value chain, if you look at it, right from the petroleum derivatives going up to the specialty chemical and agrochemicals, we worked with the companies, all ranges and shapes and sizes of the companies. This gives you that. And in terms of the global engagement, these are some of the companies. I'm sure when my earlier speaker was talking about the companies like those and all those things, we've been engaging with those companies. So some of them are into a titanium dioxide manufacturer, some are into the basic chemical manufacturing to that, somebody into the automotive and industrial chemicals. So our engagement with these people and various solutions and various technology platforms. These are some of the work what we've done in the India market, in the chemical industries. There are big lists, but I just put few slides into that. Paint industry and the basic chemical soda ash and bicarbonate manufacturing companies who are into insolubles, sulfur and sulfuric acid, fertilizers and the lubricant areas. So this is some engagement we have done in India. What we have done, as I explained to you, that we have two solutions, two different solutions. Is a pre-configured solution addressing almost about 85% of the standard business processes are followed in the life science and also in the chemical industry. There are two different solutions, it's not a single solution. So which we help companies who first time who want to go for the SAP, if they want to deploy the SAP solution to do that, if they want to see the value of investments coming soon, so people go for the solutions. We have already deployed these solutions both in India and US markets, and people are getting the benefit out of those solutions. Let me run through this the two solutions: industry best practice pharma solution, then we have industry best practice chemical solution. From a pharma solution, our solution is designed to address API companies who are into allopathy, Ayurvedic and herbal, and also companies who are in the finished dosages, various things you can see in the box itself. So combination people who are into both to, I mean, this one solution will address both the APIs and the formulations, and depending on the few functionalities need to be activated or deactivated into that. So we have the solution addressing to the complete range. What this solution consists of is that, it consists of, as if you are aware of the SAP ERP solution, they have various models like FICO, MM, PP, QM, SD, plant maintenance and other things. So this solution consists of 6 different SAP ERP modules put together. We have taken the SAP best practices. So we have pre-configured about 90 pre-configured scenarios, order to cash, and the many scenarios, make to order, make to stock scenarios. Various scenarios is being configured into the solution, and there are ready to use reports for you to do it, so you don't have to time spend on the report development activities and complete documentation. Quickly we'll be able to deploy the solution, and we do a knowledge training the every users in our organization, and also the knowledge transfer to you to use it. So this is a solution we are offering to the India market. It's almost like a sellout solution, I would say that, which is a fixed scope, fixed time, fixed price, low risk, high visibility, easy to build in, and domain expertise. We bring in all those things together to you. So there is a specific time you will get the solution on going live, and also a fixed cost related to that. This business, as I told you, covers the 6 different modules, which gives you the diagram over here, right from the procurement, manufacturing, sales and distribution, quality, batch management, reports, customer services, and also the financials. This is what, in nutshell, it covers that. High-level solution, I'll leave it here because it's a highly loaded, the presentation material content here. So, which covers the little more granular level in terms of the product management, manufacturing, quality related areas, which by and large covers 75 to 80% of the standard business processes. Some years 85% standard business processes. Apart from that, what we also done that this is a core solution. If you see in the center of that, pharma one, the solution for pharma industry, that's the core solution. Around the core solution, we have built a lot of other solutions, which is a pre-configured solution, easy to plug and place a lot of things to do that. In terms of product safety, where we have a very strong practice in environmental, health and services related area, safety related area. We have a consultants who are the global best, and that those consultants are working across Europe, US and India. We have a solution built on that product safety. Then we have an EXIM solution, apart from SAP's offering EXIM solution, India payroll. Then the analytics dashboards, we have developed a few analytics exclusive for the life science industry, and plus the Fiori apps as Goswami was talking earlier in terms of how you can do the Fiori apps in your desktop. It is not that earlier grayscale SAP login screen, which is going to be entirely different now. And we also provide the computer system validation as a package services to people. People either who are going for SAP implementation or people who already done the implementation, they want their computer system need to be validated, which including the data centers, we provide these services. These are the add-on services around Pharma One. I mean, not necessarily that you need to have a Pharma One to do all these things. If you already SAP has been implemented to your company, you want to do all the services around the SAP core, we will be more than happy to do that. This is the computer system validation services we offer. I mean, that's the extensive one, and shortage of time, I will not be speaking much on that. And we have been offering the services to many companies, more than 10 companies in India. We have done the computer system validation here. Life skills framework, I'll jump the slides because I have very less time left now. These are the business enablers, life science business enablers. We have the assets which we build over there. Right side, you can see a lot of Excel has been embedded here. These are all the assets we build in terms of risk management, assurances, compliance services, and many other things. Chemical solution, something similar to pharma. We have the chemical solution, which addresses the various basic chemicals and specialty chemicals, from plastics, bulk petrochemicals to organics and fertilizers. This solution is also like the pharma solution. It is been pre-configured industry best practices, meeting almost 85% of the business requirements, and which has got a documentation which comes with the ready reports, and it has got accelerators, it has got the standard, the different what do you call for the business scenarios has been inbuilt into that. Again, this solution is also a fixed time, fixed scope, fixed the price, and a low risk and high visibility solution to go to this. So both these two solutions are on the HANA. And it's certified by SAP. This solution also can be, earlier it has been deployed in a non-HANA environment. Nowadays, most of the companies and SAP is also selling Suite on HANA and also S4 HANA applications. So from henceforth onwards, is the only any new implementation goes on the HANA platform. This covers the same business scenarios in terms of the what you call the granular level of each of the business functionalities, finance going up to the country India version. Some of the country India version which is built into this solution. Robust platform, end-to-end usage. More than anything else, with a lower investment, you're able to get SAP quickly and able to see the result in 14 weeks time. That's the beauty about the solution. What is that we do as a yes technology? It's not that we offer the SAP services and do the implementation, support services, and all those things. Of course, it is our bread and butter. But how do we approach businesses slightly different? So we look at the business from a different perspective. If you look at this particular slide, when we engage with the companies, if they're going for a net new implementation, we look at that, what is that they want to achieve in their organization? Whether they want to achieve in terms of the growth, revenues, expenditure control, and compliance, what they want to achieve that. From there, we bring it as a KPIs into a balance sheet and a profit and loss. If you break that balance sheet, assets and liabilities, and income and profit into income and expenses, so a lot of things goes into that. A successful implementation is the one, if you're at the end of the implementation, if you're able to generate the accurate balance sheet and accurate profit and loss, it means that all the information, all the business processes in your organization has been covered, except some of the quality processes, some of the manufacturing processes. From the financial perspective, from the organization to see the investment on SAP coming faster than what it used to be earlier with the experience with working with other different companies. So as a roadmap, once you are in assume some core functions, finance, material, and sales. So our engagement, if you look at it in the life science and the chemical industry globally, some people are doing the business planning and consolidation. Now the latest one is S4 HANA Simple Finance, which you plug and play activities, is usually simple finance reports, which are dashboards, which is very helpful. Then we have done a lot of work on the financial analytics in terms of the deep dive into the financial operations. Some of them we worked on the GRC, governance, risk, and compliance related area. From a material perspective, the roadmap after you do ERP is that supplier relationship management and supplier credit management. This is another roadmap to do that. From a manufacturing perspective, of late, I'm sure most of you might have realized it, the lot of warning letters issued by US FDA. And if you go through those warning letters one by one and study that, predominantly they're looking at the necessary data related to the complete material transaction, procurement, storage, production issues, packaging and delivering it. The material related transactions, they're not finding the continuity of those data. So there are a lot of plex, gaps in between what is being done that. So slowly people are filling those gaps, and we are actively involved in that. We are apart from ERP, we are implementing the recipe management, product portfolio management, and interfacing with LIMS and the quality issue management, and the one or two companies we are actively engaged with Internet of Things, interfacing their reactors and the other active production equipments with the MII related area. From a sales, customer relationship management, and sales analytics. So this gives you the broad what Yesh competency in the life science and also in the area of chemical.